Oh, here we go. Hey, 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 beautiful people. What's going on? It's your girl, Coach TaShon, your favorite marriage communication coach, here for another Marriage Monday. Marriage Monday. So, listen, I am trying something new. I am live on TikTok. So if you see me going back and forth, that's what I'm doing. But y'all know it's all love. Listen, before we get started, I want you all to take a shout out to Swag Her Magazine. Make sure that you go connect with them on their platform. They are a dynamic media team, and they are a proud sponsor of TLC Coaching. And so I want to thank them as always for supporting TLC and all of my endeavors. So make sure you go connect with them. And listen, welcome to the TLC community, y'all. It's another Monday. It's another Monday. What's going on, Juju, sis? Thank you so much. Yes, it is my anniversary today, our anniversary, the Greens. 8 years, y'all. 8 years, 8 years. So listen, when I tell you it's been a journey, but it's been a journey, right? And there is no other way to put it other than if you read my poetic spoken word. One thing about me as a coach, as your coach, I like to bring you the real, right? I want to bring the experience, the real, the transparency. And being transparent doesn't mean that you know all my business, right? That's not what transparency means. Transparency means that, listen, I understand marriage. I understand the valleys of marriage, and I understand that sometimes marriages have challenges, right? And it does not mean that your marriage is over. It does not mean that your marriage is over. And that's what I want people to understand. You may have a challenge in your communication and whatnot, but that does not mean that your marriage is over. That's why you have somebody like me, Coach T, your favorite marriage communication coach, to support you, right? 7 years plus and so forth. Because a lot of marriages do go through the valley. That's the key word. Go through the valley, right? You're not staying stuck. That means you're investing in your marriage and so forth. All right. So listen, this week I want you to stay connected to IamTrinetteLCollier.com. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to the website. I have some freebies on there for couples, all of that, right? So again, connect with me. So listen, this week, we are talking about leading with love and not ego. Not ego. Y'all, leading with love and not ego in our marriages, right? And so, number one, and what do I always tell you? If you new to the TLC community, I need you to go ahead and get a notebook, get a pen, pencil, whatever you're going to write with. You're going to take down these notes, right? You're going to take down these notes. I want you to, because that's the only way you're able to do it. That's the only way you're able to do it, right? That's part of investing in your marriage. You got to take down some notes. Even if you're not ready for the full TLC coaching experience, at least start by taking notes for you and your boo. That's how this thing gonna work. That's how coaching works, right? Coaching is not a magic. It ain't nothing magical about coaching. It is a partnership, right? And coaching, we're moving forward. Now, if you need to revisit some things in the past, y'all need to get some things out of the way. That's when you go visit a marriage therapist. But I am your marriage coach, your marriage communication coach, and we're moving forward, right? We're moving forward. So get your notes. Don't wait till you get mad, upset. Be like, yeah, Coach T told me to, this is going, because this, you have to constantly practice it daily. That's what I always tell you. You got to practice it daily. All right. And if you have some questions, feel free to add them in the chat and we will talk about them. I will answer them after I give you these points. All right. Now, another thing about me, if you're new to the TLC community, I don't like stress. I don't like stress, and I'm not going to stress you out as a coach, right? I'm not going to stress you out. So when I give you these practical steps, just know they are easy. It's nothing stressful about them. It's nothing hard, complicated about, because it's not complicated. Communicating with your boo is not going to be complicated. Now, I can't guarantee it because, again, you have to do the work. As a coach, I can't guarantee anything because you ultimately have to do the work. But it is not complicated, y'all. And so when I come to you, one thing about me as a coach, I don't like to stress you because I don't want to be stressed. What does it look like, me giving you this long, drawn out, stressful steps and strategies? No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, right? These are easy, attainable steps to bridge the communication gap. All right. So here we go. Number one, you guys, leadership is a partnership, not a power grab. Not a power grab, you guys. So I want you to ask each other. I want you to ask your significant other, your boo. Are we working together or are we pulling in two different directions? Now you can add, you create your own language, your own vibe, your style, your tone. This is just general, right? So you get in that living room or that bedroom, y'all married, right? You get in there, you be like, no, remember I talked about this before. There's a time and a place to have these conversations, right? So you get together in that safe space. Remember, we talk about that safe space for you and your boo. You ask, are we working together or are we pulling in two different directions? That just, there's nothing complicated about that question. And if your boo is not ready to answer that question, don't pester. Do not nag. Do not nag. Do not get angry. Do not. That's when you're going to write this down because you're going to eventually revisit these questions and these topics, this subject. You're going to revisit it, right? But you're going to ask each other, are we working together or are we're pulling in the two different directions? Like, what is it that you want? What is it that I want? Let's come together. Let's do this together, right? But it's without the sarcasm, y'all. That's the without the sarcasm, right? So listen, here's the TLC step for you. You're going to say, let's figure this out. Let's figure out what matters to us both. To us both. Not to myself, not to your boo, but what matters to us both. And let's build from there. So you got to change that language. You got to change that language, right? That's all. You got to change that language. You're just simply asking, are we working together? Or are we in two different directions? Like, what is it that we're gonna do? What we gonna do? We playing what we playing? Double Dutch, what we doing, right? And again, don't get mad, don't get sarcastic. He don't know what he want. I'm tired of being in this marriage and he don't know what he want, this, that, and another. Baby, don't do that. Don't do that. Because as I said all the time, there have been changes in your marriage, have been changes in society, have been changes throughout this world that has affected your communication. And your marriage is not over. You just need to sit down in that quiet, safe place, y'all. And y'all know I'm big on the safe space. Yeah, I'm big on the safe space. We have got to get back to that safe space, right? And so what you have to do again is create that safe space and you just talking with each other without the sarcasm, without the condescending conversation, all of that. That's your boo. That's your boo. There is no reason why you should be at odds each other talking, right? That's your boo. All right. So again, leadership is a partnership, not a power grab. Not a power grab, right? So you're just telling each other, let's figure this thing out. Let's figure out what matters most to the both of us right now. What do I always tell you? At the end of your day, at the end of you and your boo's day, you want peace. You want love. You want that joy, right? When y'all go to sleep, the old folks used to say, don't go to bed mad with each other. That's what they were talking about, going to sleep peaceful. Doesn't mean that you're going to resolve all of your issues in like one night. That's not going to happen. Let's keep it 100. There are some conversations that you're not going to resolve in one evening, one night, and you're going to have to go to sleep. I tried that, staying up all night. I ain't going to bed until we finish talking. Both of us sleepy. You're cranky. And what do you get accomplished? No, what the older folks were telling us, at the end of your day, you want peace, right? So you're gonna start with this resolution. You're gonna start with something. So when you get ready to go to bed at night, you're able to say, you know what, at least we were able to answer this one question. What are we working together on? What do we really want most out of all of this? And then that's when you're able to go to sleep. Okay. Now, if y'all want to pull all nighters, now me and my boo, I'm 53 now. That sleep is important to me right now, right? So I get real sleepy. I get real sleepy. So I don't know about anybody else, but I get real sleepy. Okay. So I ain't even gonna front. I'm not about to stay up all night. We gonna cuddle up, and then we gonna wake up. God will, we gonna wake up and we gonna talk some more, right? But at the end of the night, you gonna have that peace about it. You're not gonna go to bed mad, because you have already asked each other, what are we working together on? All right. So let's figure out what matters most to both of us and build from there. All right. Number two. Number two. All right. I want you to uh check the tone before the point. Mm-hmm. What I just tell you. Check the tone, y'all. And this is sometimes for my wives. We can become a little sarcastic. Mm-hmm. Check the tone. Sometimes it's not what you're saying, it's how you're leading the conversation. It's how you're leading the conversation. And again, I was there. I was there. Thank God for deliverance. I was there. My husband would tell me, you can cut somebody with your mouth, the tone. I wouldn't cuss nothing out. I wouldn't do all that cussing and fussing, but my tone and my brow, y'all know I talked about this before, those facial gestures, the body language, expressions, and all of that, I could cut. I could cut. I am mature enough to say that's what I used to do, right? And I didn't realize it. So that was hindering our conversation, right? It was that tone. And sometimes it's not what you're saying, it's how you're leading the conversation. So if you're leading the conversation in the just a funky mood and just mad and all this kind of stuff, then guess where your conversation is going to go? It's going to go sideways. It is. It ain't no sugarcoating. It's going to go sideways. It is, because now it's a threat. It's not a safe space for your boo. It's not a safe space for you. You got this defense mode up. You ain't hearing nothing because you want to make sure you get your point across. So this is what you can do. Just say basically, can we talk about this? Like, we're on the same page, on the same team. Can we do this? Again, use your language, your style, your tone, your verbiage. You don't have to say verbatim, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, don't try to be you. That's your boo. You know the climate that you're in your home, babe. I don't, you know what? That didn't really sit well with me. Can we talk about this? Let's go get something to eat. Let's go grab some tacos. Let's go grab some ice cream. You know, I love me and my boo. We love some ice cream, right? And we'll go get some ice cream because it cools us down. It cools us down, and it's just something both that we both love, right? And we would have that conversation over that ice cream, right? But it's that tone. We have got to get back to that sweet, loving tone, right? No matter what the conversation is. Now, granted, there are some conversations that may be urgent, but it's that tone. You cannot talk to your boo any kind of way. That's your babe. That's your boo. That's your teammate. Listen, y'all are not fighting inside. You're not fighting inside. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Right? You got too much out in the world to be him. No, but inside, no, 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 no. So you're going to bring that tone. You're going to change that tone. And again, can we talk about this like we're on the same team? Put that, ladies, wives, put that sweet something on them, right? And husbands, sometimes y'all can be a little sarcastic. And I know sometimes it's regional. You know, the Midwesterns up northerns, they got that girl, you know what I'm saying? And see, I'm a girl from Cali and my babe from the Midwest. And so, you know, that tone sometimes got a little mixed up. And I was like, yo, wait a minute. I'm cool, calm, and collective. He's straightforward, right? So we had to learn each other's language, and we had to learn each other's tone. But overall, you got to change that tone. And again, I was once there. My tone would, ooh, Jesus. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. This brow would go up. It wasn't nice. Nope, it was not. Okay, I'm trying to tell you. All right, number three, you guys. Direction. Your direction is shared. What does that mean? That means simply direction is shared and not dominated. Not dominated. Real leadership in marriage makes space for both voices. That means you're a partner, right? Both of you have something to say. It's not dominant, right? We're experiencing that in this climate today. Somebody trying to be dominary, right? Dominant. They trying to be dictator, right? And y'all see how that relationship is working out. hmm You see how that relationship is working out, right? You don't want that in your relationship. You don't want that in your marriage. You're on the same team. It doesn't mean that you're going to always agree with each other, but you're going to be on that same team where you can hear each other, right? So you want to this is the TLC step that you want to take. You want to ask your spouse, where do you feel like your voice gets lost? Then you're going to listen with no judgment and no defense, right? Now again, what do I say? You switch it up. You use your language, babe. Do you feel like I'm hearing you? Do you feel like I'm understanding you? Like, talk to me. What's going on? I want to make this place safe for us, for you and me. I want us to talk. So let me know if I'm not hearing you, if I'm not understanding, let me know. Right? So you got to let your spouse know the real deal. All right? You got to let them know the real deal. All right? So listen, again, leadership is a partnership, not a power grab. Check the tone before the point, and direction is shared, not dominated, right? It's not dominated. Now, tonight's truth, leadership is in marriage doesn't mean taking over. It means showing up with grace, y'all, with grace, with grace. Say it with me. Grace. Type that in chat. Grace. All right. That's something that we have got to get back to in our marriages, in our relationship. Grace. Put that in the chat. Grace. Type that in there. You got to have grace in your marriage. All right. With vision, with room for your spouse's voice and your own growth. Say it with me. Say it with me, y'all. Y'all ready? We're not leading alone. We're leading in alignment. When you stop trying to win the role, you start building the relationship. Because again, this is a partnership. We not we ain't in competition with each other. You're not in competition with your boo. We're not doing that. We're not in competition with our boo. We're not doing that, y'all. Where did that become the thing? I know that may be on social media. I don't. We're not. You're not competing with your boo. That's your babe. That's your babe. Right? That's your boo. When did we start competing? When? No, 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 no. We're not doing that, right? You're in alignment with each other. You're on the same team. You're on the same team. Say it with me. We're on the same team. Yes, you may be experiencing some challenges in your communication, but you're on the same team because at the end of the day, I guarantee your boo wants peace. Your boo wants you want to be on one accord. You just got to learn how to say that to each other. And it's not hard. It's not hard. So listen, don't forget, if you want to continue this conversation, we're going to continue this conversation this Saturday for the TLC Fireside Chat, y'all. Go ahead and register for it. It is free. It is free. It is free. But registration is required at IamTrinetteLCollier.com. TrinetteLCollier.com. It is free. It is that safe space for married couples. If you're engaged, you can come on in too, right? Engaged married couples. I am TrinetteLCollier.com/services. It is free. It is that safe space for married. Listen, we had such a great time last month, right? And listen, it's limited. About to say limited seating. That means it's coming soon, right? This is online, but it's limited space because I like the intimacy, right? I'm not trying to have 150 folks all up, and I'm not trying to have 100. I'm not trying to have 50, no more than 10 couples in there, no more than 7 couples, right? Because I want the intimate setting so we can be comfortable. And it's not about bashing your marriage at all. It's not about bashing your marriage. And we're literally grown couples talking, learning from each other, right? This is how you build. This is how you build. All right. Thank you, coach. Thank you. Thank you. This is how you build. This is how you build your, if you don't have like married friends, if you don't have married friends, I suggest strongly that you connect yourself with some positive married friends that's not living a facade, right? And that's on the same level. Now, when I say same page, same level, you got a lot of married couples. I don't specialize in throuples. I don't do all that. Right? I don't do all that. So you got to make it real clear what kind of married couples you want to be surrounded by, right? You got to be real clear in these days and times. What kind of relation, what kind of married folks you want to be around, right? With, right? Hey, teamwork makes the dream work. Yes, Tay said, teamwork makes the dream work. That's the end goal, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but that's the end goal. That teamwork. Try to make this dream work, y'all. But listen, surround yourself with some positive married folks. Again, I make it very clear. I do not coach thruples and all the other stuff. No, I coach marriages between man and woman. Just them two people. I ain't doing all them threesomes and foursomes and villages. No. All right. And so you have to make it real clear what type of married folks that you want to be around, because it makes a difference in your marriage. I have some awesome married mentors, right, for us, because we still learn as well. This is our 8th year, but we're still learning as well, right? So a lot of my marriage mentors they've been married that 10 plus years and so forth. And they pour into our marriages and we pour back into their marriages, right? So you have to get yourself surrounded by great married folks and who's going to keep it 100 with you, who's going to speak life into your marriage. You don't want just any married couple. If you surround yourself by a couple who just constantly fighting all the time, every day, the wife ain't happy, the husband ain't happy, and everything is just in chaos. That's not the married mentor you want. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying those ain't the people that you want to be around in your marriage, right? Because that communication is already broken on theirs, right? On their end, that communication is broken when you gotta fuss and fight every single day, and you can't get a word, you can't express every single day. Now that's a call for marriage therapy, not marriage coaching. All right. So listen, make sure you connect with me at I am TrinetteLCollier.com. Go ahead and register. It is free fireside chat this Saturday, June 21st, right? At 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And listen, we don't hold long at all. But this last month, we were in that room, y'all. We were having such a great time. It was our sip and share theme. This theme this month is the summer love. So I do have a couple that's coming on just to share their highlights of their marriage and whatnot. But it is free. It is free. It's complimentary, y'all. It is. And again, we just have such a great time just chatting with each other, learning from each other, So it is it's that safe space. It is that safe space, and that is part of that TLC community. So listen, if you have questions, I will allow you to slide on into my DM, ask me a question, and I will hit you back, right? So because again, I want our marriages to continue to thrive, y'all. It's 2025. It's time to keep thriving. No matter what social media say, marriage is not dead. Marriage is beautiful. I know some people who just got married and they are enjoying it. So people are still getting married, y'all. I don't know who keeps spreading these lies, but people are still enjoying marriage. People are still getting married. People are still happy in marriage, right? Don't let these internet streets fool you. Don't let these panels fool you. I'm just saying. Ain't no shade to nobody. I'm just saying. Don't let these internet and these panel folks fool you. There are still good husbands out there. There are still great wives out there. There are still great men who want to get married, right? There are women who want to get married. There are couples that are doing the thing. There are, like, when I tell you, marriage is so beautiful. And it does take some work. It does take investing in your marriage. Investing how? Starting with this. Tuning in every Monday for Marriage Monday, every Tuesday for Talk It Out Tuesday at 6:30 p.m., right? Showing up for fireside chats, right? Every month, free. That's investing. If you're not ready to connect with TLC wholeheartedly, then take advantage of those freebies. I have freebies on the website on communicating with your spouse. Because again, I understand. That's what makes me a great coach. I'm going to brag on myself, right? With the glory of God, because again, that's what makes me that unique, your favorite marriage communication coach. I understand. I get it. I'm not out in these streets living that facade life. No, I'm going to keep it 100 with you, right? And sometimes we need that. We need that. Not sometimes, we need that all the time. Because you need to understand marriage out here. I know some beautiful couples, y'all, that have been through the valley and they are still thriving. That's the key word, going through the valley, right? Going through it. That's what you want. You want to go through it because your marriage is going to have some tests. Your vows are going to be tested. You're going to have some trials and tribulations, and you're going to go through them. You're going to make it out. So your marriage is not over. Don't let folks tell you your marriage is dead. No, it's not. It ain't over. It ain't over. All right. So listen, I'm trying to get this water intake, y'all. And my husband said, I don't drink enough water. I do. Well, I don't. I have to listen to him. I don't. I'm trying to get this water intake in. So that's that communication. It's that conversation. Did I want to hear that conversation? Nope. He's a water drinker. Like he drinks water like he's a fish. Like he drinks water. Did I want to hear that? Nope. Was I like, because we were like having this discussion about our eating healthy and whatnot, right? So he was just like, I never seen anybody that don't like water. And I'm just like, but I do. I do. So I'm getting this water intake in. All right. So listen, connect with me at IamTrinetteLCollier.com and make sure that you go ahead and sign up for the fireside chat this Saturday, June 21st at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is free, and stay connected because I have some more activities that's coming up for couples and so forth. Listen, I'm so passionate about this. I'm passionate about bridging the communication gap. I'm passionate about marriage. I'm passionate about building that healthy marriage, right? Because we need it. People, marriage is not dead. It's alive and well. All right. So listen, thank y'all so much for joining me. Join me tomorrow for Talk It Out Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to put these into action. And you thought I was going to leave you hanging and tell you what not to? No, I got you. Tomorrow we're gonna figure this thing out. I'm gonna show you how, because again, I'm not just gonna lead. This is not hard. We're gonna lead with love and not ego, right? And so again, tomorrow I'm gonna show you how to lead lead in your partner with your partnership. I'm gonna show you how to check that tone, right? And I'm gonna show you how not to dominate that space, that leadership. All right. So listen, connect with me again at I am Trinette L. Collier. And let's do this again tomorrow. All right. Until then, I love you all. Peace.